Yesterday was the finality of the approval, rescission or non-rescission of a decision that was taken on Friday. And you are asking whether I was happy about it.
I'm not asking if you're happy. I'm just asking that you're saying it's a new day, but yesterday your minority leader spoke and he was not happy about it. So tell me more of that.
I can say the generality of Ghanaians as a whole, including you, wouldn't be happy with what happened yesterday.
Why are you speaking for Ghanaians?
Yesterday
How do you
was
know?
a disgrace to Ghana's democracy, simply because of what happened. Democracy, by definition, is the rule of the majority with the consent of the minority. The presence of an official, responsible opposition to put government or the executive on its toes is a precondition in democracy. And therefore, our presence in Ghana's parliament is to perform that responsibility, which we did. And we did this with the aim of making sure that we are able to engage government.
Okay.
To make sure that you, who do not have audience to the floor of parliament, we will represent you there. Government now has been given the mandate. Power corrupt, and absolute power corrupt absolutely. So you need, once you put that government there, you have also put me there to make sure that I ensure that he does what is right. And that is what we did so long as the 2022 budget was concerned. For the first time, opposition went to the discussion table with something in hand. This is what Ghanaians are saying.
With something in hand, what exactly?
One, we went with, in fact, we had a lot of issues so long as the budget is concerned. But we were able to summarize them and take only 5.
Yeah.
The 5 was for, the first one was the e-levy. That was what was worrying most Ghanaians. There was no consensus, even in the academia. There was also no consensus, even in the industrial side. So when we went to the post-budget workshop, all the consultants who were brought by government to give orientation to parliament, members of parliament on the budget, disagreed with even government himself on the 1.75 e-levy. None of them, of the 6 professors that were brought by government, sided with government. So it tells you that there is something fundamentally wrong with that major policy. The second item on our table was, if you are saying government should not just pass the budget, who can say, what is your next item? Ajapa. You remember in the 7th parliament, we walked out on Ajapa.
Yeah.
They used their numbers 169 to approve it. After the purported approval by their one-sided parliament, civil society organizations came out, Imani Ghana, extractive industry, and all. They mobilized and came strongly. Then government saw that it was wrong. So government withdrew the Ajapa. So this new budget, government was reintroducing the Ajapa into the budget. Then we said that is our second item. We don't want it in the budget because you are a government, you've been giving only 4 years. We were giving 8 years. Now you are also going to be giving 8 years. It is not for nothing that the framers of the Constitution says 4 years renewable after 4 years. What taxes you can collect. What you can do. But don't mortgage and securitize the future royalties of the next and next and next generation. Maybe they may not be liking ideas like you and I are. They may have the technology to be able to exploit these mineral resources that are left untapped to the benefit of the country. But if you mortgage all for the next generation and next generation, and we are not using it for any productive activities.
How so? And I remember that the president even mentioned that he was sending the Ajapa royalties deal back to Parliament for further debate. We
said it's a no-go area. Then I'm coming to the third point. The third point...
So not even for debate. It shouldn't even come up for debate at all.
It was... You see, one thing is, this current Parliament, we have securitized and mortgaged all our revenue sources to the point that even the gold and the mineral that is underground, that you and I, somebody told us that there's gold here. You don't know what is there. Then you go and mortgage that one too. What if in future it found out that what you claim that was existing does not even exist? How will you be able? It means it's a total sellout for you and I. Even our GET fund, mineral resources. When they were mortgaging GET fund for 10 years to take $1.5 billion, we told them it's better you leave GET fund to be able to eliminate the schools and the trees to solve education. They didn't listen to us. You've finished with that. GET fund, you mortgage, road fund, you mortgage, oil revenue, you mortgage, this one, you mortgage. Now you are going to that one, leave it. If we can make use of our cocoa, our diamond, our gold, the later you are getting. Now we have oil, and we used to do with only one drill of oil. Now we have about 3 or so, and we are still exploring. Let's manage with that too, so that this one, if we get a technology that will inure to the benefit of that one, if not, let it be there.
Okay.
So that was our third position. The fourth one was these benchmark values. You say you reduced the benchmark values in 2019 because you knew we were going to 2020 elections.
Yeah.
You did it because you wanted to give a relief to COVID people. Now, are we out of COVID? No.
No, we're not.
We are not out of COVID. Even we are now in the 4th or 5th wave. There is now even an African version of COVID. So if government will tighten it back, this is the time. This is not the time to be offloading the burden from the political class or from the leaders and be putting everything on the ordinary citizen. That will not augur well. The benchmark values, a lot of Ghanaians, about greater proportion of Ghanaians are in the service industry, the buying and selling and all those things. With this COVID era, reducing the benchmark value that you did and reversing it will bring a lot of hardship. Don't forget, we've been there before. It's unfortunate most of us are not that young to be able to recall what happened in the past. There came a time that even to get a toothbrush was a problem, toothpaste was a problem, sandals and clothing was a problem. It is this liberalization, trade liberalization, that brought the provision of this essential commodity you and I enjoy. Do we have the capacity to produce what we need locally at this time as we see it? The answer is no. Government version is that I'm supporting local industries. And we are saying that it is to support local industries. That is why when we were in government, we established 2 serious funds. One was the Ghana Infrastructure Fund and the Ghana Exim Bank. Exim Bank means Import-Export Bank. So that if you want to support those local industries that are producing for export and that are producing locally imported substitute goods, let them go to the Exim Bank, Ghana Exim Bank. The Ghana Exim Bank, we took portion of our oil resources and put them there. So that those industries don't go to the commercial market and take very expensive loans to compete with those factories that are producing outside. So that is why John Mahama administration established the Ghana Exim Bank. So if your aim is to support that sector, let them make use of the Import-Export Bank. Then the Infrastructure Bank, you said you are bringing e-levy simply because you need plenty money to be able to improve upon our infrastructure. We said no. To do that, that is why out of the oil money, we took portion of the oil money and established Ghana Infrastructure Bank Fund. So the Ghana Infrastructure Fund, that is what we used to do Terminal 3. When you came to power in 2017, you stopped, you said it was not necessary. So you stopped for 3 years, you stopped sending money there. Can you imagine after establishing the Ghana Infrastructure Fund and using it to construct Terminal 3 without government borrowing? So the project will pay for itself. So after Terminal 3, we should have been moving to another infrastructure. But you stop all those things. Now, you are saying you are putting all the burden on the ordinary Ghanaians. So
which is what you didn't want to agree.
We didn't want.
Now, I was speaking to Comrade Murtala Mohammed earlier, and he was saying that, and of course, I've heard from the minority leader and other stakeholders, they were saying that, well, the review was supposed to be up to 0.5%. Initially, minority had said no to the e-levy. And then they sort of agreed to a 0.5%, likened to what Issa was also suggesting, because majority said they weren't willing to, review that 1.75%.
You see, initially we said no e-levy. But when you are going to the negotiation table and you are a Democrat, you don't go with an entrenched position.
Is that not the position you took already anyway?
Our position was that no Momo tax and no e-levy.
Is that not an entrenched position?
When you are going to the discussion table, you start from somewhere so that when you shift the goalpost from left, right, you come to the middle.
Okay.
You are bringing 1.75. We are starting from 0, and you are starting from 1.75. So we went into the, after receiving the orientation from the 6 consultants in whole, one said it should be totally scrapped, so that government will go and negotiate with the telcos, the industrial players, the auditor general, how is accountability going to be done and all those things.
Okay.
How is the collections going to be done? What will be the impact of this e-levy on digital inclusion and all those things. Do these consultations and educate people about your challenges and why you need it. Do public education on it. After that, if the 1.75 is too much, then you can come down. That was one of them. Okay. Then another said, oh, it's a bold revenue decision, but start with 0.5. Then another said, start with 1.5. So it's like there were series of suggestions of it. So we were saying no. Then when we went to the round table, we said, yes, you said Ajapa should be sponged. Good. You said the Aker Energy, we didn't give you power to go and sign a contract. So that one, you reverse it.
Okay.
Then we said the e-levy, that was the only point where the disagreement was key.
Okay.
On that one, government said, okay, I will reduce it to 1.5. We said, no. We can't say we'll get whatever we've come for. Even if you will reduce it to 0.5 for a start, for us to practice it and see the impact. So that even if it will dislocate the digital sector, the impact will not be that grievous.
Okay.
So we did not take so much entrenched position. Then government said his best was 1.5. Then we said,
what was their reason for still insisting on that 1.5?
You see, the truth of the matter is, as I speak to you, the national debt stock has ballooned to the point where it's almost becoming unsustainable. And government itself said in the budget that Ghana's economy was described as a highly debt risk country. So government knows very well that the debt is ballooning to the point that going to the IMF or the international community to borrow would reach us. So he wants to collect the money, all the money internally.
But what did they say? Because again, they were willing to review to 1.5, but that was still quite high. Then why did they insist on that? Yeah,
they were hungry for revenue.
Okay.
And their expenditure was about 137 billion. And we are saying that if your expenditure is 137 billion, you are sending 3.1 billion to the office of the president. If you say times are high, reduce that expenditure so that by that quantum, you reduce the burden of the tax on the ordinary Ghanaian.
In reducing, then what exactly would they have to cut from the expenditure on the executive?
Jubilee House is here. Can it contain about 2,000 workers? If you are told that about 2,000 workers are in that building, will you agree?
That's how many people work at the Jubilee House?
Plenty people.
But is it up to about 2,000?
More than that.
More than that, you're sure? What's the exact number of workers at the Jubilee House?
I don't have the numbers here, but I know the numbers in the Jubilee. The budget they brought for this particular year was 3.1 billion.
Okay.
To do what?
For about 2,000 workers.
It's not for 2,000 workers.
I said about.
Over that. It's
and
like people are just
okay.
working there, presidential staff, this is this. You can't imagine. When times are hard, you cut costs. And cutting costs begin from you. Leadership by example. So don't expand the revenue and expand the expenditure.
What about cutting costs for the legislature as well?
Cutting costs of the legislature, we ourselves, government introduced the construction of a new parliamentary chamber. We took it out.
You took it out because Ghanaians said they were not
They
going to
were
agree
not.
to a chamber.
No chamber in
new
the serving
chamber.
parliament. But what was it looking? What was government looking for?
But you were all in agreement for that chamber to be constructed, were you
No.
not? You were not?
We were not. We were not. So even now, it was Asie Dunketia and Haruna Idrisu, together with Abambabu in the Parliamentary Service Board in Ho, they removed the construction of the new chamber from the budget.
Okay.
So what the parliamentary budget that they are talking of, Bella, if I'm the auditor who is to come and audit you in TV3, then I have come. Then you have given me a room to sleep. You giving me food to eat. You've done all these gestures on me. I have not spent a peso from my own coffers. And I'm coming to audit you. Do you think I will not be, my auditing or the results will not be compromised in a way?
Okay.
That is why the Speaker of Parliament was saying that the spirit behind the Constitution, talking about constitutional, judicial independence, says that government do not have control over the budget of the judiciary.
Okay.
So that judges can rule without fear or favor.
Okay.
Parliament too, don't give us hotel accommodation and all those TNT and those. Put the money in Parliament, give us our own budget.
What about ex gratia?
Ex gratia was not part of the...
I'm just asking. We're saying that cutting down costs. And so we're asking that there's a lot of money that goes into even taking care of.
Ex gratia doesn't... This Parliament 2022 budget doesn't account for ex gratia. Ex gratia will be accounted in the 2026 budget. You understand? 2025 budget, not 2022 budget.
But we're asking, because I remember that Kesal Atuforsin was even speaking on TV, and he said that, yes, take away some of, we're willing to compromise on some of these expenditures. That's why I'm asking about ex gratia, because that came up for discussion as well.
And I'm saying that if they are talking of ex gratia for parliamentarians in this 2022 budget, there was nothing of that.
Okay. So you wanted to cut all these, and you made your conditions, you know, plain on the table.
Exactly.
But when it came to actually voting, you were not there to cast your vote, which is where the concern has been.
We were not there because they took, when we rejected the budget on Friday, and they went to the office of the president to inform the president about it. He said, no way, it should not stand in his name.
What shouldn't stand in his name?
To tell future generation that Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's budget in 2022 was rejected by the Parliament of Ghana is a democratic coup d'etat.
That's what the president said.
That's what he said.
You have evidence to show that he actually said that.
Oh, we are colleagues.
Oh, I know. I'm just asking. Because if you're making these claims on TV...
Once they were waiting, while they were meeting in the Jubilee House, they made with the leaders in Parliament to be waiting for them in Parliament. Oh, we are coming. They drew her. We are saying, so wait. So they did the meeting up to 8 p.m. And said they were coming for us to meet after the 8 p.m. that they had finished with him.
Yeah.
And we said, MPP saying tomorrow is the voting. We should wait for them. 8 o'clock in Job 600 to do the meeting there. Then postpone the meeting to tomorrow morning.
Okay.
That is how come the meeting, this meeting we had yesterday morning, did not happen the previous night.
Okay.
So they came with two alternatives. One deputy speaker they were coming with a motion for rescission. By our standing orders, a motion of rescission should be advertised.
Okay. That didn't happen.
To challenge, a motion for challenging the ruling of a speaker should come with notice.
Okay.
And it must be advertised for 48 hours. But they wanted to surprise us, and we knew. They were coming under order 51, so that they will come with matter of urgent public attention, which the majority leader did. So they didn't make it openly to when we go there, we'll come with a motion of rescission. But it was their first strategy.
Okay.
Then the second strategy was that they needed to when they come with the motion for rescission, it means they will undo the rejection of the budget. But we knew at most they were 137, and we were 137. So we marshaled our 137. We went into a meeting. We fed ourselves, marked our own register. The numbers were intact for us to come for the vote. Then in the negotiation table, we told the finance minister, even if you say 1.5, you've agreed to all those concessions that we have agreed with you here. put them on paper. Don't just let them be word of mouth, because the budget is a document.
Okay.
And it can't happen that people like with our pedigree will come to a meeting, and when we even in the negotiation table, we have come with a document prepared by Dr. Ato Forson that the minority, these are our input.
But he said that go ahead and approve the budget and we'll make those concessions.
Bella, that was wrong. You see, let's be serious with the governance of the country. You assuming Ghanaians sent me to go and negotiate with Ivory Coast on Ghana oil border dispute, and I go and we agree with things word of mouth, then I can't say, oh, they say they've agreed. Will you take me serious? There should be something on paper for evidence for me to come and show you this is what has been agreed. Then when we went to Parliament, you've laid a budget. It was rejected in that current form. You have done concessions and agreement. So now you want you and me to say that we both own the budget because my input has been considered. We say include my input in the budget. Put them on paper, make amendment on the floor. Then the budget now becomes a revised budget with the input of the minority.
Okay.
That was our position. You said no. Then their other plan was that the speaker, Joe Wise, was to be counted as one of them.
But is that not what takes place in Parliament anyway?
No, that is wrong.
How is that wrong? And I'll just quote something.
Order 48, he talks about quorum in Parliament. Quorum in Parliament, let me read it for your hearing.
Okay.
Order 48 says that a quorum in Parliament must be 1/3 of Parliament, members of Parliament present, beside the person presiding.
Beside the person presiding?
Presiding.
Okay.
So whoever is presiding does not form part of the members of Parliament in the chamber.
Is that so?
That is so.
Well, let me take you back.
I was wondering why they were trying to close their eyes.
Let me take you back to Friday, the 30th of July, 2021. And I have the parliamentary business here. And it said that the House met at 10 minutes after 11 o'clock in the forenoon. Prayers were read and the Honorable First Deputy Speaker took the chair. Now, after that, it lists the number of members or the names.
Friday?
Yes, it was Friday, the 30th of July. Not this Friday. I'm talking about something that has happened in the past. So if you have it here, pull it up so that we can all discuss it. Now, the Honorable First Deputy Speaker took the chair as Speaker. But when they were counting members in Parliament, he came in. 180. The 180th person was Osei. 181. It was Osei Owusu Joseph, MP for Bekwai. He was counted as a member, even though he was presiding as the Speaker. And that's not all. There's another one, Thursday, 29th of July, 2021 as well. There was also another sitting, and he was counted again as Osei Owusu Joseph Bekwai. So he was regarded as a member, even though he was presiding as a Speaker. So now, if you come back and say that it was wrong for him...
You are quoting votes and procedures.
No, I'm just saying that he was still counted as a member.
We are governed by this.
But he was still counted as a member. So have we not seen this happen in Parliament before?
No, once you sit as a Speaker, you forfeit your seat as a member of Parliament.
You forfeit your seat as a voter and as a debater.
As a member of Parliament.
But we've seen that happen in Parliament in the past. It hasn't?
The Speaker by ordinance cannot take part in debate on the floor of Parliament.
Okay, he cannot take part in debate.
You cannot take part. So
he cannot take part in votes.
How can you cannot take part in debate and you cannot take part in vote?
But so do you lose your membership?
You look. If you go to they are lawyers. If you go to Article 97(1), it says that you vacate your seat once you are elected as a Speaker. So before a member becomes a Speaker, he is no more a member.
So how then is he counted
as?
I've
quoted a constitutional article for you. That is why even in Do Ajaho's time, he was the MP for Akachi North. When he opted to be, before he could be elected as the Speaker of Parliament, he said, no, the Speaker must be neutral, impartial, to have that power of authority to preside. So you have to resign as a Speaker of Parliament. But for the Deputy Speakers, it's not only the Deputy Speaker, me sitting here. If we go to Parliament today and the Speaker is not there, the Deputy Speakers are not there. Among the members of Parliament who are there, they can elect me at that sitting, that day, that we elect Ahmed or Bella to go and be our speaker for today.
Okay.
In that instance, you are no more a member of parliament. You are a speaker.
So who then will represent the people of Bekwai in parliament at that time? So who represents the people of Bekwai at that moment?
There was no MP for Bekwai at that time. There was a speaker of the Parliament of Ghana. The MP for Bekwai was then the speaker of the Parliament of Ghana. The member for Bekwai forfeited his Bekwai seat to become a speaker. Bella, you cannot be a man and a woman at the same time. Can you?
But you see, that's what I'm saying.
There is a period of transmogrification.
So 109, and in this case, we're using standing orders 109, 123.
They were wrong.
Yeah, but then again, 104 says that majority of members present.
For you.
I do understand.
When you are quoting the Constitution is superior. And I said that Article 97 says that a member of parliament, even though voted for, elected, and sworn, you forfeit your member of parliament if you are elected.
So why did we allow this to happen? Which is what I'll keep asking you again. That in the past, we've seen
Bella,
the
not
first
only
deputy
in the
speaker
past,
being counted as a member.
I've quote parliament. Let me tell you, if parliament is doing business, even if there are 10 people in the chamber and nobody challenges the number by saying there's no quorum, it is presumed that there's quorum. That is why most at times when you see the parliament chamber, you can't. Sometimes you see 20 people in the chamber and business is going on. It's just by consensus. Nobody, until nobody challenges it. Once somebody raises the speaker's attention that there's no quorum, you have to count the people.
So in your case,
that case, if you are saying this, and I'm quoting Order 48, it says that quorum shall be consisted of 1/3 for business and 1/2 for voting, beside the person presiding. So whether you are elected member to preside, the speaker or right honorable speaker to preside, a deputy speaker to preside, Order 7 also says that Mr. Speaker shall include the deputy speaker.
So there were only 137 members in parliament. So they did not even have majority in parliament.
That is why he himself, if
that's the case,
if you check, he himself was afraid to vote.
No, he wasn't afraid.
He was afraid to vote.
He knew he didn't have to vote because he was going by the Constitution.
He didn't qualify to vote.
Exactly, but that does not take his membership away from him.
Why didn't he qualify to vote?
No, because the law says that you cannot vote.
Why will MPs be voting and one MP say you don't qualify to vote?
No, but the law says itself that you cannot vote.
Wait, MP didn't qualify. Which law banned the MP from qualification for voting?
If he's sitting as a speaker, then he cannot vote.
Sitting as a speaker means he's
and that's what I quoted. 109, 123. It says you cannot vote, you cannot debate, but it does not say that you cannot be a member.
You cannot vote.
You cannot debate. So, but it doesn't say specifically that you cannot be a member.
Who cannot vote? Who cannot debate?
The person who is sitting in as a speaker.
As a speaker.
But it does not say that you cannot be a member. You cannot be counted.
Let me tell you, beside that, by our practice, go and take all the votes and proceedings of parliament. Whether in plenary or in committee meeting. It's just like ordinary meetings. When you go to your meeting, TV3, you are having a meeting here.
Yeah.
Do you count your chairman as part of quorum?
So why is he counted here?
No, they say the meeting was chaired by so and so.
So he was
attendance before you count. You start from 1 and count.
But he was counted. I wish I had given this to my team to project.
Don't use wrongs. You came to parliament. Even the one who counted him was wrong, because the one.
But nobody raised that objection then.
No, let me tell you.
Until suddenly we say it's wrong.
Coming there, but I'm telling you the illegality of what happened.
Okay.
When we are talking of members who were present in the chamber, the 137 members of parliament were seated. Joe Wise was not there. Joe Wise came from the speaker's office with the speaker's procession, led by the clerk, led by the marshal, the clerk, the deputy clerk, followed by the senior clerk. He came with the speaker's procession as a speaker. So the members who were present, he was not there.
So him being counted among them was wrong. Fine.
So exactly.
We'll project that shortly. We'll project that shortly if you insist.
Attempt to vote.
But if you were aware,
Order 90 says that Mr. Speaker shall not take part.
So there were only 137 members in parliament at the time.
The Constitution, Article 104,
the question was raised,
said that the Speaker shall have neither an original or casting vote. So
fair
if
point.
They say you don't have,
so you were aware as minority.
Vote, how can you be counted?
Hold on.
You don't exist.
Hold on. You were aware as minority then that the majority had just 137 members in parliament. Now, if you came into parliament, hold on. If you came into parliament, because now you're saying that Joe Wise was not supposed to be counted as member. So in this case, he only acted as Speaker in Parliament. So clearly from your explanation, they had only 137 members in Parliament to vote. Why did you also not bring in your 137? Because the law again says in 104, and let me just read that again.
Equality of
Sorry,
vote
hold on. Exactly, as lost. So why did you not go ahead to at least exercise that power that you have? So that the Constitution clearly says that if you all have equal votes, then it's lost. So they could not have rescinded that decision to reject the budgets, which you already did.
That's another school of thought. Let me tell you. What they detect, rulings, directions, indications are given by the chairman, the speaker. The speaker predetermined from the presidency when they met a day before yesterday. The decision was that, look, this rejection should not stand in my name. Go with a motion of rescission. If they challenge your ruling, Joe Wise will sit. They will count the first deputy speaker. Among the time of the hair count, the first deputy speaker after voting will come and change Joe Wise. Then he will go and... That was their plan B. All this would have brought chaos and confusions and all those things. But we cannot be disgracing Parliament and Ghana as a country every day, every time. Where on earth should you sit as a chair? You say we are voting. For Mena MP vote, then he will come and change you. Then you will come and vote, so that they get their 130. That was their plan B.
Which is why you did not want
that was their plan B. So they bent on saying
that. So the Mena MP would have now gone to sit in the what? The speaker's chair?
As a speaker after voting.
That happens?
Then Joe Wise will come to
how is that going to happen?
That was their plan B.
No, but how does that happen? I mean, is that not absurd?
Bella, going forward.
Does that actually happen in Parliament?
I said it has never happened. But
so why do you think that they would go against the law and do that?
We were divided. Some said we should go in. When we get there and they are doing that, then if it is fight, then we fight.
No, but there's
then
no
we said,
way.
No.
There's no way.
We are Democrat.
There's
we shouldn't go and be disrupting.
Wait. Even if the second deputy speaker had now gone to assume the position of speaker, then you would have counted out his votes, because clearly it says that if you sit in that chair as speaker, you cannot vote. The law says that. So how then would he vote and now go and replace the first deputy speaker? First deputy speaker will now become a member and vote.
No, listen, you are not understanding me. The process is, it will be by a voice vote. The voice vote, Joe Wise will declare the ayes have it. There are two things he can do. Once he declared the ayes have it, he will turn like this. So even if you stand there as a minority to challenge it, he will not turn his face to see you. Then 1, 2, 3, he'll put the gavel. Oh, the ayes have it. Or we. Okay.
Anyway.
The other plan B was that even if he there decided not to be that partial, to be looking at one side and refuse to recognize you, because if he doesn't catch, you don't catch his eye, you cannot speak. So after saying the voice vote, declaring the voice vote, once he will, sometimes you wait for a minute before you put the gavel, the hammer on the dissing. He would not have done that. He determined whatever was planned to do, he had them. Okay. Then the second, when you say you challenge the hair count, you needed to catch his eye before you can challenge the head count. The panel also, you say stand up and he refuses to see you.
Is he the one who does the head count, or is the clerks that do the head count?
No, he will give the order for the head count. You, like,
okay.
As many as are in favor say aye. Then they say aye.
Exactly.
Those against say no. Then you shout no.
No.
Then he said, honorable members, I think the ayes have it. And you are standing on the minority.
Why would he do that? This would have been
live.
This would have been live on TV. Ghanaians were watching.
I'm telling.
And he would have.
Let me come.
On Friday, did he not ask the clerks to go and count the number of people? That former speaker, I mean the speaker, by the way, original speaker.
And that was also, they were guilty of that. Okay. On Friday.
Anyway.
Didn't he sack the minister, even including the attorney general from the chamber?
Okay.
Is that not what Bagbin did? And they were crying. So anyway, you see, you cannot approbate and reprobate.
Well, I just wanted to put out this because, I mean, Honorable was challenging me about it, that this was totally different. So if you can go to the first page so that we see the date, and it doesn't look like we're putting out wrong information, by the way. And he was counted as a member in Parliament, even though he presided over proceedings in Parliament as the Speaker. This was the first Deputy Speaker. This was sometime, you know, in 2021, I think June or so. And so this is a little confusing, but we have to go, Honorable. And final question I want to ask, because now the minority is saying that they're going to make things really difficult. If you want us to go this way, we're going to make sure that on every decision that is taken in Parliament, we vote.
You see, democracy deals with consensus.
That's the first page, by the way. Sorry to interrupt, but for those of you who are saying, it says in the first session of the 8th Parliament of the 4th Republic, votes and proceedings, minutes of the 38th sitting of the second meeting. And we see clearly there that it says that the Honorable First Deputy Speaker took the chair as Speaker, but then he was still counted as a member of Parliament. And it's not only in July. There was another one that also took place. He was counted as member, which is what I raised earlier. Let's move on.
I'm telling you. When you come to Parliament, because the way you had what you are seeing there, there's an attendance sheet. You come to Parliament, then you sign it that I'm here. Once you have come to Parliament and sign it, it means you are there. Okay. You come to Parliament, you sign it. You are sitting there, you are not the Speaker. Later, they come and tell you that Mr. Speaker is not around and he has asked you to preside. That's what happens. In that case, the clerk will now come and inform Parliament, honorable members. He will quote Order 13. 2. Mr. Speaker, the Right Honorable Speaker is unavoidably absent. And if he is absent, he has asked the First Deputy Speaker to take his chair. So on that case, you sign as a member, you were going. Is that what happened on this day? That is it. That's what happened on this day. That is it. It happened twice. I have 2 days. The First Deputy Speaker is not a speaker. So he presides when Speaker is unavoidably absent. That is why if you check, if you check yesterday, the clerk at table announced quoting Order 13 of the unavoidably absent of Mr. Speaker. Understood. What is the way forward? Are you going to make things difficult in Parliament? Because at the end of the day, the Ghanaian needs this budget passed. Bella, we need the expenditure for salaries and for all these infrastructure and all the other things, employment. If we were to make things difficult, we would have been on the street. But you have said that moving forward, because they've gone on this tangent, you're going to ensure that every decision is taken by vote. Parliament's most at times overlook many things, which Parliament is bashed on. So that's what the minority leader was talking about. That now the T's must be crossed and the I's must be dotted. That is what he was saying. It doesn't mean, we'll just go there and be making things difficult. Because most of the work is done by us. So you take part in the appropriation. Will you take part in appropriation? Appropriation? Yes. Appropriation is another opportunity to reduce the e-levy. Would you take part? Once we know we can get what we want at that point, we will push it. All right. Thank you so much for speaking to us this morning. We have so many processes. Honorable Ibrahim Ahmed. Money and all those things. This is the time we oversight them. Honorable Ibrahim Ahmed. I'm not going to take part. They will run away. No worries. Thank you so much for speaking to us this morning. Honorable Ibrahim Ahmed is the Deputy Minority Whip and he's also the MP for Banda constituency. It's been a pleasure speaking to you this morning. And we'll be back with some more entertainment and so much more coming up.
Shady Roma to me.
I told master, a baby, you are not. She's so mad. Roma insecticide spray at that Roma. Interfere, Entatia, make a cheha. No way. You make no. And Tonton Bako crown fan. And also a pussy. Roma insecticide spray and mosquito coil. And out there we show. Roma,
Roma and Tonton Master.
Oh, really? So how are you going to make all of that happen? Come and I'll show you.
Step into success. Enter the Republic Bank digital space where you have the choice to get more out of life. Download the app, Republic Mobile. No longer count numbers. Set a proxy. Use that to make payments. Simple. Bank anywhere at any time. Use Republic Online to check your investment balance and link your existing account. It's that easy. Bank on the go. Get the one account online and enjoy competitive interest rates. Relax with our digital banking suite. Republic USSD *414#, Republic Online and Republic Mobile. Download the app. Republic Bank, we are the one for you.
This is Krokwedu and his family. They have just won 10,000 Ghana cedis. You too can win up to 100,000 Ghana cedis. Simply recharge, call more, browse more, use Airtel Tigo Money more, and play the SMS trivia to earn points and win big in the Airtel Tigo Tugumiso promo. So I wait, dial star 500 hash now.
Airtel Tigo no, my DDM.
I will not cost bad promotion. Go, Madrid! Go, Madrid! Oh, say Barcelona!
Vamos, Sevilla! 10 of you are going to Spain with your partners to enjoy a VIP La Liga experience,
including a stay at a plush hotel, boat cruises, city tours, and more.
Just buy any sachet of Gino Pomo or Gino Pepper and Onion or Gino Max. Look for a code inside the sachet or tray. Dial the short code to *161* in a code hash and start accumulating points.
The more you points,
the bigger your win. Take it to Barcelona, Spain.
Flat screen TV sets,
PS5,
washing machine,
La Liga original jerseys,
footballs and caps,
smart mobile phones and free call credits can also be won bi-weekly.
Accumulate more points
to win more prizes.
Spain promotion.
This advert is FDA approved.
In the first 2 years, your baby will experience amazing growth in so many ways. To fuel it, they need the right nutrition. With Cerelac, 1 bowl of goodness a day provides the wholesomeness of carefully selected grains, the Iron Plus, which helps support brain development, and the yummy taste baby loves, assuring you the right nutrition in 1 bowl. Cerelac, it's all good, Mom.
This advert is FDA.
Welcome to My African Love. My name is Chris Atto. Here on the show, we're responsible for helping celebrities all over the world find love. Our influencer, celebrity, actress, and model, Afia Odo, is looking for love right here in the USA.
How about I get different guys from Africa and experiment? Sorry.
Calvin James Production. Find my African love. Say I get the vision to find my African love. Come drop my shit up. If you're out of, I thought you want for the picture. African love. She could be my African love.
Financial secrets.
My reaction as a Congolese is a really big shock.
Hidden conversations.
Je devais arriver très tôt, libérer cet argent.
And the biggest leak of banking data Africa has ever seen reveals links to a former president.
When I came into politics, it wasn't about money, it was about a mission.
BBC Africa Eye, Congo's missing millions.
BBC Africa Eye, showing Wednesday, 1st December, 9 p.m. on TV3.
Welcome back. This is still TV3 New Day. Now remember that sometime last week our colleague Anita Ekufu was in Seychelles. Of course, it was their tourism month and they also had their fashion week. Now she has been there, interacted with the locals, and she's ready with sights and scenes from the Anse Lazio beach in Seychelles, as well as all the other beautiful places she explored whilst there. Please take a look. We'll be right back in studio.
So it's officially day 2 of our stay right here in Seychelles, and this morning we're moving from Victoria in Seychelles all the way to the Praslin Island. It's approximately some 15 minutes and we're about to get on board, and then let's do this.
Enjoy your life because problem is not the finish. Leave me make I chop life, I no speaking for English. Brother, I know lazy, I work hard for this life. So I go chop on like party your love, eh. Me and me mademoiselle, like Obama and Michelle. We go to do very well.
So from the Praslin Island, we landed here at the Azlazo Beach. Well, we had to drive all the way from where we arrived earlier. It took us like some 20 or barely 15 minutes to get to the Azlazo Beach. And as you can see behind me, this is very, very beautiful. Can I get in the water? Can I get in the water? Can I get in the water? Okay. But yes, it's so much fun here. The view is so beautiful. I want to be here and not even come back. Trust me. It's so blue. The water is so clear. It's so serene. And trust me, Seychelles is more than a paradise. But we are driven here by Michael, who will be taking us through, you know, how this island is like, what they do, and everything that has to do with the Praslin Island. And so, Michael, join me. Hi, hi, hi. Oh, I'm enjoying myself.
That's good.
Yes,
it's very interesting.
Very, very interesting. The place is very, very serene. When it comes to the Azlazo Beach, can you tell us something about this beach?
The beach is is classified one of the top 10 in the world, and everyone who comes here, they very appreciate the beach. Even the Seychellois, we liking the beach. So the beach is very, very beautiful. Sometimes the sea is more calm, and you can see it's shining like the diamond with the beautiful sun that we have. So
now let's also talk about the island, the Praslin Island, where you picked us up from, coming all the way here. What do the people do?
Yeah, all around when you arrive at the airport, so we come to pick you and drop you. Ordinary, we do like we combine the Vallée de Mai and Azlazo together. So we bring you to visit at Vallée de Mai. Vallée de Mai is the place where you can see the Coco de Mer. Coco de Mer is the biggest seed in the world. It's around 20 or 25 kilos. Sometimes, sometimes more. It has the male and the female. Yeah. But the trees look like the same. But the difference is the fruit. The fruit is different. So we combine the Vallée de Mai after you finish visiting the Vallée de Mai. So we bring you to our beautiful beach here for you to enjoy the beach, relax a little bit. Like you know, in Europe, you are very busy, a lot of pressure. So when you come here, so you have a chance for relax a little bit, feel freely, go to the sea. Have a beautiful swim.
So how is the feeling like doing photo shoots on this particular beach?
Well, first of all, this is probably one of the nicest looking beach around. There are fantastic beaches all over, but Azlazo is renowned. And if you come here early enough, as you see, there's nobody here. So when you do a honeymoon shoot for people who just got married, or even in this case, people have got married 10 years ago, they want to have pictures with no one around. If possible, no footprint. So you wait for the high tide to clean, and we take advantage of the nice light, the morning light, the rocks, the color of the sea, which is fabulous. It's unbelievable, it's clear. And really it's an easy spot to come to. And I live just beside it, so for me it's 5 minutes driving to come here. So I ask people to come here. And we got all the elements here to do fantastic shots, you know, with landscape, and I do mostly landscape, so I think they will be happy.
I must say, it's a beautiful place, extremely beautiful. Now, looking at how we have a lot of beaches here, do you guys have lots of fishes? Do you do a lot of fishing as well?
Yes. Our first industry is tourism, and the second is the fishing on the island. So on Mahi we have a lot of big boats, the foreigner boat that they fishing the tuna. And they have a small company on Mahi that they put the tuna in the can. And they send it in Europe and they selling in Seychelles also.
Oh wow. So then I'm very, very sure that when COVID struck, it hits you, I mean the entire Seychelles very much, because tourism is your very first source of income. How has the period been when it comes to COVID?
It's very, very tough for us. Our small country, you know, you need to close everything. So a lot of A lot of people, they lost their job with the COVID-19. Oh. It's very hard for us. But after...
It's bouncing back.
Yes. After bouncing back, it's... we like, you know, because us in Seychelles, we like when we see a lot of clients, they're giving the service.
Yes.
Because this is our first industry, so we need to protect.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. I'm excited that tourism is back and very active, and we're here from Ghana to enjoy it. But from Azlazu Beach, where are we going next?
Next, you're going to, I will bring you to the jetty.
Jetty?
Yeah, for you to take the boat to go to La Digue.
La Digue.
So it's a small island. So you know how to ride the bicycle.
Yes.
That is fun.
So that's what they use as a means of transportation.
Yes, they don't have so many cars.
Okay.
Yeah, they mostly use the bicycle.
Okay.
But if you don't know how to ride the bicycle, you have the tricycle too.
Okay.
The one with free wheel.
Yeah.
So you're not too.
You don't fall down.
Go straight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then let's head back and go to La Digue, right?
La Digue.
La Digue. Okay, Michael, let's go.
So we're going to La Digue.
Yeah.
Enjoy your life because problem is not the finish. Leave me make I job life and no speak up for English. Brother, I know lazy. I work hard for this life. So I go jump on like party your love, Me and me mademoiselle, like Obama and Michelle. We go they do very well.
Daniel, you just jinxed it for both of us, for Bella and I. I mean, in our mind's eye, you know the power of imagination. We were thinking we're not even in the studio dealing with e-levy and all that it comes with. You understand? I wonder why it was just for 7 minutes. But anyway, Bella, we are back to Ghana. Yeah, back to Ghana. But that's a beautiful place, I must say. So beautiful. Yeah, why is the water stunning. So blue? And sometimes green. Well, I think it takes the color of the sky. That's what I'm that's told. What you know. Okay. Exactly. That's what I'm told. I had no idea. Whatever the sky looks like is the representation of what's there.
So our sky looks brown in Ghana.
Bella, Ghana, background.
No, but wait, too.
Background.
Like,
look at Ghana.
Listen, the sea water in the water region is clean.
Oh,
to a large extent.
God.
So is the sky the blue or the one in the sky? What are we doing wrong then?
I don't know. I have no idea.
We ask for forgiveness of
exactly. I have no idea. But
I see. But it reflects the color of the sky. Oh,
yeah, it does. It reflects the color of the sky. Yeah.
God hasn't been fair to some of us. Honestly.
This matter that you want to talk
you
about.
You need to explain to us.
Sit here and I think, so God, you didn't find anywhere in this world.
Oh no, but it's good that we're in Ghana.
Yeah, that's it's okay.
It makes us tough.
Aye.
And honestly,
Ghana is about being tough. Should have been the richest,
but I won't give up. I won't give up KK for anything. So for me, sometimes when I'm like, what was happening? I remember KK.
But you know,
I wouldn't have survived anywhere else.
It's one of the meals I don't like too
much. Really?
I don't know why. I just can't. And if I have to eat KK, it must become, you know, we must be like 4 or 5 people eating it. But just me,
you don't understand what's going on.
Yeah.
Call me KK Nagashi.
Explain the feeling.
And it's not the best.
Listen,
it's morning.
So is it the pepper?
It's just a combination. It's perfect.
So do you like your pepper very hot?
I don't mind.
Okay.
I don't mind, especially because I also get nauseous when my food is not very spicy, so I prefer that. But as long as there's fried egg, there's you know, fish or
do you tilapia. Like corned beef sometimes?
Sometimes I don't mind, but give me kenke pepper and tilapia and I'm good, or fried egg. I'm good. I'll eat that 24/7. I've eaten kenke continuously for a week before.
Are you joking?
Yeah. It's that bad.
One of the questions I would ask Anita Fassi is how the eating went over there, because you know sometimes as Ghanaians you're traveling, you just must have your shito by you, just in case you are in Korea. I just want to see if the fish over there is well marinated, because you know when it's very well marinated, you don't even need shito. So maybe subsequently, as we bring you a lot more, we'll get into that conversation. But beautiful place, I must say. And we want to say thank you to the Seychelles Tourism Board for making sure that this happened for Anita and all the other colleagues that went with her. This is still TV3 New Day. We're expecting episode to be on the show this morning. We're hoping that he joins us pretty shortly. But otherwise, we'll come back with some entertainment news before we wrap up this morning. Please don't go anywhere.
Sometimes you just know that something ain't going good. You say to yourself, this ain't working for me. There be no shame in that, man.
Like when you don't got it?
Yeah, man, I mean, being smart means knowing when to stop. Know your limits.
So like knowing when to stop? Yeah, makes sense.
If it's not fun, choose to stop.
This advertisement is brought to you by Bex Power. Every day, he has a drink filled with malt. Every day, he has a drink filled with malt and milk. Every day, he has a drink filled with malt, milk, and cocoa. Every day, he needs the nutritious goodness of Milo. Milo, the energy to go further. This advert is FDA approved.
Gynecare. Greetings from Iona Pharmacy Limited. We introduce Gynecare syrup. Gynecare is formulated to improve female libido, correct menstrual problems such as menstrual pain, irregular menstrual cycle, and poor menstrual flow. Iona Pharmacy is much concerned about the health and happiness of our mothers, our wives, and our sisters. Gynecare is also helpful in menopause. It improves the symptoms such as irritability, burning sensations, emotional stress, and restlessness. In all these situations, try Gynecare and say thank you to Iona Pharmacy. Gynecare, not recommended for children below 12 years. Available in pharmacies, licensed chemical shops, and herbal shops near you. For bulk purchase, contact Iona Pharmacy, Accra, 0553 134 185. Kumasi 0243 123 224. Gynecare improves the general quality of female life. Gynecare, you will enjoy it. This advert is FDA approved.
I love coming to school because my school is beautiful. I have lots of friends and learning is so easy.
Welcome to North Hills International School. Here we admit students from preschool up to junior high school. We have ultra-modern classrooms, an up-to-date library, a beautiful computer room, a well-equipped science lab, excellence in extracurricular activities such as basketball, table tennis, football, a swimming pool each for preschool, basic school, and junior high school. We teach ballet dancing, cadet, and taekwondo. We have professional teachers who are all degree holders. We offer GES and British curricula. We have surround cameras, so when your ward comes to school, he or she is protected. Air-conditioned buses transport students from home to school and vice versa. We train students to become responsible and ethical citizens of the world. I recommend North Hills International School for your ward. We'll be expecting you.
North Hills International School.
Do you want to experience Dubai in a grand style and explore business opportunities? Then come along with us to exhibitions of 190 countries at Dubai Expo 2020, starting from October 2021 to March 2022. Also contact us for juicy Christmas travel packages. Please call us on 054 100 4130 or 055 368 8398. Global Wings Travel and Tour. Truly global, proudly Ghanaian.
Imagine waking up in the middle of the night and the room filled with flood waters, nowhere to run, nowhere to seek shelter. That's the reality of over 2,000 women and children in Keta who have been displaced by the recent tidal waves. We cannot wait for government. We need you. Hand in hand, let's all come together to help these women and children who have been displaced by the recent tidal waves. Please, we appeal to you, our viewers, as always, as you come in to help us, as together with Early Beach Resort, Media General 3 Foundation, we join our hands together with you, our viewers, to help these persons, especially the women and children. Please, Come join us. Let's see life.
As I ask for help, no. For credit come tomorrow. You know the dream part of the success story. Don't envy, brother. Stop to support me for corner. Take me as your honor. Don't envy, brother. Stop to support me for corner. Take me as your honor. Everybody help me sing, I'm loud. Fire, fire, fire. Fire, 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 burn my head.
Oh my days. I'm going to be explaining why my guest and I are all smiles this morning, but I'm excited about this one. I'm seated with the episode this morning. I'm just going to cut all the introduction. Of course, you know who he is. He's got street credibility for what he does, not just on the streets, but everywhere else that matters. He's your reigning VGMA Dancehall Artist of the Year. Charlie, I have to put some respect on your name. Congratulations. That was, the beginning of the year, but of course, you're still basking in it. We haven't spoken after that. I don't think I've seen you. No. The last time was on radio, but here on TV, we haven't spoken. So congratulations. It's still in order. And when this new one started, Oliver, please up it up a little bit. When it started, I said, no, this gentleman is smart. Okay, so listen, watch out. So you see, what shall I say? Until the Lord. You are very, very smart. Who produced this, number one?
His name is Foxy.
His name is Foxy. That's the producer. But who's the sound engineer?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, same person. Okay. He's very smart.
Yeah.
But I'm sure, of course, your input is in there as well.
Exactly.
Because many people are saying the official Christmas banger is What Shall I Say? But this one I think will override What Shall I Say. Please, up it up. Let's take it in. Let's take it in. I love the rhythm. I love the rhythm. I love the rhythm.
You know, say no pay, no gain. Never baji pay.
Okay.
Don't mess with my hustle. You know, say no pay, no gain. Never baji pay. No brain, no day. Don't mess with my hustle. Everybody help me sing out loud. Fire, fire, fire. Fire, fire.
Right. I'm excited about this one. I mean, that's the reason you're here. So let's just start. If there's time, we'll go into other things. We all know you as a dancehall artist, but this rhythm and this flow that I'm hearing right now is totally different. It's like Afrobeats, some type of high life thing going on. Exactly. What's the story you want to tell with Fire?
So, people have a different, should I say, a picture
of episode.
Exactly.
Right.
And then sometimes I try to touch on different genres, but it always sounds like much focus is thrown on reggae and dance when I drop songs like that. But this one, I think this song we didn't plan it.
You didn't?
No.
But how come you were together with them?
So,
you recorded in the same studio?
Andrew,
Keche.
People say me and Andrew
look alike. Is it the height? You're vertically challenged.
I know. So he called me that he has a reggae song that he wanted a verse on. So I drove to the studio and then we started vibing.
Okay.
And it was supposed to be a whole day session, but within like an hour, I was done with the verse. So we're just sitting in the studio.
Not doing anything.
Exactly.
After you were done with the reggae song. Okay.
So then the producer was like, Charlie, make I do something for you. You not come here said before. I'm like, okay, so let's do it. So he started playing a dancehall beat and I'm like, no. This time I want you to take me out of my comfort zone. Give me something different.
Take me something I'm not used to.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then this came. So we didn't even write it. Like Andrew will go to the mic, step up to the mic,
do something.
I go. So it was more of like,
wow.
You know. And then Joshua heard it and he was like, no, I need to be on this song.
Right.
You know. And I must say they've been very supportive in promoting and trying to make sure that this song is getting somewhere.
So this was totally unplanned.
Exactly.
You didn't wake up thinking that even in the year 2021 you would bring out a song, probably an Afrobeat song that would even have Keche.
No, because my album, I have 3 albums ready already.
Right.
You know, and then we were trying to release songs from those ones, but I'm like, okay, we're entering Christmas and people want to dance.
I mean, we need a banger.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So why don't we drop this one?
Oh, fantastic. I mean, Keche, they are known for hit songs, especially the danceable ones.
Yeah.
And this one, I think with them on it, it would go places. It was released just 6 days ago. What a response.
Crazy. It's already like close to 45K on YouTube.
Views
already.
on YouTube already.
Yeah, like the love has been crazy. I know people know me for dance.
Exactly.
But like the love from this one.
Yeah.
Maybe I might stick to this.
He says maybe I must stick to this. But let me just take you a little bit back into dance hall, if you will permit me this morning. You know, the whole Stonebwoy, Shatta Wale brouhaha they were taking out of the scheme, the VGMAs, I mean. Too many people said that, listen, so one school of thought said, hey, this is a very good time for people like Episode to shine.
Exactly.
And I remember you even granted an interview where you said you don't see it as negative. It's actually going to throw more light on the rest of you who are actually trying to also make a mark. And then next thing we know, you are a dance hall artist of the year for the last VGMAs. How did that feel and how are you still feeling about that?
It's crazy. You know, I always say this, it didn't just take a month for me to get here. My first VGMA nomination was 2013.
2013, I remember Unsung.
Yes.
Unsung category.
And then 8 years down the line, Dancehall Artist of the Year. It's only a picture of hope for the next generation. You get what I mean? Because there are so many artists out there who want that space to be heard.
But they don't have the opportunity.
Exactly. And then again, it takes me back to the drawing board to prove why I deserve it.
But Episode, so word on the street is that if Shatta Wale was still in there and if Stonebwoy was still in there, you wouldn't even come close.
But what is written is written.
Where was it written?
It's written. It's written that 2021 Episode will be the Reggae Dancehall Artist of the Year.
Are you that religious?
I am.
You pray a lot?
Yes.
You go to church?
Yes.
Which church do you go to?
Potter's.
Potter's house?
Yeah, Potter's Family Chapel.
Potter's Family Chapel. Where is that? So you are born again Christian?
I am. I'm not too much of a Christian, but I'm very
sorry, you go to church?
I love my quiet time actually.
Yeah.
Be in the space where I can meditate with my being. You get what I mean? But then again, I'm just saying that I couldn't change that.
You couldn't change what the Supreme Being had written from the womb of time?
Yes, because there was Obrafo and Sarkodie came, and there are new artists cropping up, like Yao Talk.
Right.
And there was Yogi Dogi Samini came.
Okay.
Stonebwoy came, Episode, Jupiter, and now we have LaRusso and all of those new arts. Right. So we shouldn't always box this kind of achievement to just the people who are there. There are countless artists putting in so much work, so I always say this, maybe I stand to be corrected. So we say that the passing of late President Mills,
Jerry John Mills
was a blessing in disguise to Bahama.
Can we say that?
Exactly, because even though it's a misfortune,
somebody became president.
Exactly.
Somebody went to bed as vice president, woke up the next day as president.
It's written. You can't change that. So for me, no disrespect to none of them. They are family, they are brothers. I only feel like awards are just to encourage next artists, but they've known how much work I've put in there over the years, you know, and we are still putting in work because as at last year to even this year, I've been in SA pushing the dancehall agenda.
Okay.
You know, so for me, it's nobody can change it.
Wow, interesting to know that you just mentioned that you've been in SA pushing the dancehall agenda. But right now, Amapiano is taking over everywhere, even here in Ghana. The last time I was speaking to one of the stakeholders, and there's actually going to be an Amapiano festival here in Ghana. Our own way of collaborating with South Africa, trying to let them know that, hey, we are one people. And Amapiano really, now if you put Afrobeats on one side, Amapiano is taking over. So why then are you doing the reverse, taking dancehall into a country whose music or whose genre of music is reigning everywhere?
So you know, SA is more relate-led. They are close to Zimbabwe, and Zimbabwe
is
the
dancehall and reggae.
Exactly. So the shows I was booked in SA are organized by Zimbabwean artists and then colleagues.
Okay.
So meeting South African artists, I decided that, okay, you know what? Let me put my vibe on their sound.
Okay.
And let's see how it sounds. And I don't think any artist has done it yet.
I can't wait to hear the new songs that you have on these albums that are sitting down.
3 albums ready.
That's what you mentioned, yeah.
You know, and I'm branching into a different direction as a performing artist, to be a loop artist, where you would see me on stage with just gadgets, resampling sound and creating new music live on stage. You know, and those are some of the things that I am looking from this side. And there's another album ready too, which is 69925.
69925. Whatever that means. What does that mean? What does it mean?
It's not good for TV.
It's not good. It's not good for morning TV.
Morning TV, exactly.
Okay. So we'll probably hold a late night conversation so you can explain all of that to us. Yeah. One question I will ask you before you leave. I love your mind. I love speaking to you. You're not all about music. You're about social issues as well. Now, in your 2019 song Wahala Day, you were asking, Nkrumah, where you day?
Exactly.
Those questions you asked in Wahala Day in 2019, I believe, because I've been sitting here on a current affairs show, are still the same things that we are still asking till date. Have you found your answers?
No. And I think there will be new crop of artists or new crop of minds to definitely amplify some of these things
that you already mentioned.
Yes. I dropped This Matter too, which threw more light on that, and then it's not going to stop.
Right.
I can't change it, but I believe that the more voices we add to these things would actually
may make an impact.
Exactly. You know, and yeah, we receive threats sometimes and all of those things, but it's not going to stop.
After you made that song, people wanted to take you out. People wanted to kill you.
It's crazy.
Are you joking?
No, I'm not.
Are you serious? Just because of that song, Wahala Day?
Yeah.
No, so you were getting messages in your inbox on your phone?
From unknown numbers. And funny enough, there was one event we were performing, and then we were asked to stop performance, like while I was performing that song. So there was a whole fight between my manager and then, you know, the security guards and the people. It was crazy.
Episode. I'll sit you down at an opportune time. We'll get into the nitty-gritties of this one. But I'm one person. I root for you all the time. I love your mind. And this one that you have with Keche is a banger. And I hope that you receive the numbers. You get the support that is needed for this piece that you have put out there. Thank you so much for coming. We so appreciate you this morning. So that's his newest one. Available everywhere?
Yeah.
Everywhere. Okay. All right. So that's the newest one from Episode featuring Keche. Enjoy it for Christmas. My colleague Bella will join me with some entertainment news and then we'll wrap up for the morning.
Boss.
Foxy on the beat.
Don't they touch my blessings, no be today. You don't tell where we started hustle. No they touch our blessings, no be today. You don't tell where we started hustle. You know say no pay no gain. Na babaji pay. No brain no day, don't mess with my hustle. You know say no pay no gain. Na babaji pay. No brain no day, don't mess with my hustle. Everybody help me sing them loud. Fire, 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 fire on my head. Fire, 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 hey. As I ask for help, no. For credit come tomorrow. You know the dream part of the story. Don't envy, brother. Stop to support me for corner. Take me as your own. No. Don't envy, brother. Stop to support me for corner. Take me as your own. No. Everybody help me sing them loud. Fire, fire, fire. Fire, fire, fire on my head. Fire, 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 fire. Fire, fire, fire. Fire, fire on my head. Tell them anywhere we enter. See we come with the fire. So me burn enemies and me burn bad mind and me burn every faker. So we work for the paper. Now you see we hit the holler. Me and no be jumbo. Can I me bulu bulu? Me and no be for Christmas. So we dey pray. Say life go pay. Give me champagne. To cure my pain. We pray every day. Say life go pay. Give me champagne. To cure my pain. What? Oh, Miss Ano. My dad kiosk mudo. Did you cry and me help comedy and do? DM 8 years. Na bamba near that so. In TNS, what time you choose no pampa so. Hey, like that. Heavy by heart. That's right. Send your bra boss here, woman, no minions. See, they me here, on my side. Damn it. Me dear Sibia. Oh, yeah. But to my boy, say, yeah. Oh, yeah. I have to pay me to tune the beer. Me sing them louder. Fire, fire, fire. Fire, fire, fire on my head. That's fire, burn, day. Fire, fire, fire. Fire, fire, fire on my head. Oh, don't they shut my blessings, no be today. You don't tell where we started hustle. No, they touch our blessings, no be today. You don't tell where we started hustle. You know, say
That's the new one from episode?
Yes.
What is it called?
Fire.
Fire.
It's called Fire.
I see.
Yeah. I think it's a banger.
Yeah.
Initially, I just heard Watch, you know, the same rhythm. Yeah. I think the sound engineer is very, very smart. Very, very smart.
There's something about this that reminds me about, is it Shaka Zulu?
Yeah.
And the whole fire that was coming out.
I know, right?
Anyway, welcome back. This is still TV3 New Day. It's time now for some entertainment before we head home. Well, yeah, for some of you maybe, but for some of us, we still have to work anyway. But let's start off with Ghanaian singer and songwriter Wendy Shay. And well, this time she's not asking us to wake up, but she's asking for the Ghanaian Grammy nominee Rocky Dawouni to educate Ghanaian artists on how to gain nominations and win awards from the Recording Academy. Now, the singer believes that gaining recognition from the Grammys takes a lot more than what it seems to be. So she says filing an application to be a nominee is just a mere formality, and it takes a lot of networking in the music space to be recognized and to be nominated. And she said in a tweet that she's pleading with Rocky Dawouni to direct artists, including herself, on steps to take to gain nomination from the Recording Academy. So this is what she said in her tweet. Chairman Rocky Dawouni, show us the Grammy way, because Connection Day pass application. And well, Rocky Dawouni has been nominated in the Best Global Music Album for his Voice of Bom 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 Volume 1 at the 64th Grammys. And this was announced about a week ago. We've all been celebrating him. This is his second ever Grammy nomination, by the way. But, you know, away from that, some social media users have opined that the statement is a disrespect to Rocky, and it will be prudent if Wendy retracted and apologized. So that's the tweet on your screen right now. Well, those are some of the comments by some people, reactions from some of the fans, and they're saying that why did they discredit Rocky Dawouni on the hard work? Did you say anything disrespectful about the tweet?
The question would be, how does she know that it's just not about the application and it's about connections? I'm sure that's what a lot of people will ask her, that how do you know that it's not purely your work that's speaking for you, and it has to be some networking or some lobbying for him to get nominated. So I don't see anything wrong with what she said. Show us the way and all that.
Exactly.
But to actually purport that you think that it's also through connections, how do you know? Do you have evidence?
I'm not holding brief for Wendy Shay, but what I'm thinking is, of course, we were just talking about this not too long ago, I think last week, that sometimes you also need to do collaborations with some of these artists if you want to also open up into their markets. Sometimes you need to know them. And one artist, let's say you do a collaboration with someone like Jay-Z. Jay-Z is having an event. He invites you to that event. And there are some of these recording academy, bosses there. You get to meet them. Oh, boss, this is my music. Charlie, can you listen to it and tell me what you think? Maybe that's what she meant.
No, but these are not things that are taught. You should.
Oh, no, but sometimes you need to have someone to hold your hand.
Okay, I get
Whether you like it or not, we all need mentors sometimes.
We all do.
To help us.
Whatever level you are at, we all do. But you've seen them do it. You've seen collaborations going on. Somebody like Stonebwoy, that's why he will go out of his way to get a Sean Paul, to get a Kerry Hilson. That's why somebody like Sarkodie will go and push and do Ace Hood and all these names that we've known for him to have collaborated with.
Ace Hood, you have said. People who come
the table that I'm shaking. This table that I'm shaking.
But no, I mean, I get what you are saying, but I'm also just saying that could it have meant that that maybe you know your music is out there, and Rocky Dauni doesn't even stay in Ghana; he lives out there.
Yeah,
he has his music circulating globally.
Go out there as well. I mean,
it's not that simple.
No, wait, but
sometimes you need someone to help you out.
Episode was here moments ago. He was saying that he's been in Zimbabwe and South Africa for the last for the most part of this year. Charlie, you have to push small. You have to make friends. We're having a discussion the other day, something like the AMVCAs. I've met you at the AMVCAs before. When I met you, you were working. I wasn't working, but I just had to go because, Charlie, sometimes you have to be friends with some of these international people.
But how do you become friends? You don't just walk in and just become friends. So sometimes you need to know at least one person or two people. Cookie, this is Bella.
By virtue of the fact that you are even there, whilst you are eating, whilst at lunch, in the restaurants and stuff, you can just bump into some of these people. Oh, can we take a photo? Can we do this? And that's where the conversations will come from. Ghanaian artists normally
don't do that.
Will not do that.
Well, Daniel, would you allow us to play that video from Rocky Dauni? Oh, okay. Well, Rocky Dauni was responding to, you know, some people who misconstrued a statement he made about how you can get a Grammy nomination. People thought that he was referring to Stonebwoy and jabbing him, and he said that that wasn't even
he
what
didn't even mention his name. He says he didn't even mention his name. But anyway.
But all the best to him on this Grammy nomination. Fingers crossed. Hopefully he'll win. Hopefully.
Thank you so much for sticking and staying as always and always. Tomorrow, we are back again with TV3 New Day. Enjoy the rest of our programming.
You know they claim parts of the success story. See, as I ask for help, no. For credit come tomorrow. You know they claim parts of the success story. Don't tell me, brother. Stop to support me for corner. Take me as your own. Don't tell me, brother. Stop to support me for corner. Take me as your own.
This program is rated PG. It contains scenes of brief nudity,